Hello again everyone, this is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart, and in this stock market education video I'm going to explain two types of Elliott Wave corrective patterns so that you can better understand price action in the market. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to start off here. Here is a typical impulse wave cycle of an Elliott wave. There's 5 waves. You've got 3 motive waves, 1, 2, and 3, and 2 corrective waves, wave 2 and wave 4. So we're going to focus on wave 2 and wave 4. And typically when you look at wave 2, that has a tendency to be the deepest and sharpest, and wave 4 has a tendency to be a sideways type thing. So typically this has a tendency to come back like this, much deeper, and this has a tendency to move sideways. Okay, that's what you ought to be looking for when you think about it. Now, there is no rule that says they have to be like this. This is just a tendency. The other tendency is alternation. If you see wave 2 doing this sharp pullback, then you look for wave 4 to be correcting sideways. So it helps you kind of look down the road. It helps you to see what might be coming based on what you're seeing early on. All right, let's take a look at some of the wave structure. There are basically 4 different types of corrective patterns that you can see. Zigzags, flat, triangles, and combinations of all of the above. Okay, those are, and so when you get into combinations, that's why corrective waves can become very, very messy. Sometimes in impulse waves, you can see nice clean corrective waves as a part of the pattern, and then after you get a 5-wave cycle done, then you can get some really messy combinations. But let's focus today on zigzags and flats. So a zigzag is an ABC pattern just like this that pulls back. Typically C will be equal to A, sometimes a lot longer. And what you're looking for is that within wave A, you're going to have 5 smaller waves, basically an impulse type pattern. You're going to see basically the same thing that I was just showing on the prior slide, only you're going to see it within wave A. Then you're going to see 3 waves up, and then you're going to see 5 waves again. Okay. Typically, if it's in a wave 2 area, you're going to see a deep correction of 50 to 61.8%. If you come over to a flat, you're looking for 3 waves, 3, 3, and 5. So that's how you know that when you start to see this pullback and you only see 5 waves, and you start to see another, you see 3, and you see 3 coming up like this, then you know you're in this flat situation. You know what's happening, what's possibly unfolding. And B will come back, as opposed to over here, B doesn't come back to the beginning of A. It doesn't get that high. But B will come back to the beginning of A in a flat and sometimes even go beyond it. Then C will come back down and go as low as A and many times even beyond it. And there's Fibonacci percentages that you have as guidelines that you can use, but I don't want to get into a ton of that detail right now. I just want to make sure you understand how these things have a tendency to play out. Flats have a tendency to be more shallow, 23 to 38% in terms of the types of corrective moves. So again, a zigzag is a deep a sharp, what we call a sharp correction. A flat has a tendency to be a sideways type correction. All right, let's take a look at this chart of Boeing and see what we've got here. Here is a 5th intermediate wave that I have, the way I've got it labeled. And you can see, again, these waves weren't huge, but there was a 5-wave sequence in here, and the first pullback, the first corrective wave, was a sharp type correction in here, wave 2. Now, sometimes on a daily chart, in order to really see all of the waves play out, you'd almost have to go down into an hourly chart and look at how they're playing out on an hourly basis. But you can clearly see this was a sharp pullback. So then when you get the next, wave 3, and you can tell it's a wave 3 by how vertical and strong the move is, then you're looking for this sideways move, which looked like a flat to me, kind of like in here, an ABC. And then we got the 5th and final move up from that. And therefore we had our 5-wave sequence. And now we're correcting down out of that. And of course, this was the 5th intermediate wave. So therefore, we're correcting an even bigger cycle you know, than just this this little 5-wave sequence. But anyway, just wanted to give you a flavor and better understanding, at least to understand what we're talking about, where we're looking at, you know, zigzags and flats. And in another video, we'll try to get into triangles and combinations. So I hope you found that helpful. And if you like the video, hit the like button, and you can share these videos with other folks. And you know, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button down in the lower right-hand corner and subscribe to the channel. All right, everyone, have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.